This Netflix cutie story keeps coming back. I really feel like I'm done with this story. I don't like the circumstances. I don't like discussing it. I don't like getting involved with it. But I keep noticing little things that other people don't seem to be noticing. So I want people to be aware of what the heck is going on. Something is really weird at Netflix. So I'm going to watch what's going on over there. If I see an interesting story tied to them, I'm going to do the video on it. So this is one of those. Netflix is burning $3 billion on Cuties. How do I know that? Where did I come up with that number, $3 billion? Well, I was doing a story on Disney, where Disney was, they have this major investor who, he has something like 500, what has he got? 500 billion, 300 billion, 300 million, some huge amount of money invested. Okay, let's do the story. The bottom line is he assesses a value on a per customer basis of what is one customer worth to Disney for Disney Plus. What's the dollar value amount worth of that? And he also compares that to where he thinks it could go in the future if Disney Plus makes the right investments. But he also says, just as an aside, they estimate the value of Netflix customers, which he puts at $1,200 each. $1,200 each. So he says the value currently of Disney Plus's customers are $100. And if they play their cards right, if they invest in the right new content, they could get the value of a Disney Plus subscriber up to $500 per customer. That is interesting. But what's not as interesting, but it's just kind of amazing, is like, wait a minute. $1,200 per customer? Now, this guy knows his stuff. This isn't just like some wild number. He looks at the number of Netflix's customers versus their market price and their growth and their expenses and their future prospects and so on and so on. And he comes up with a number of $1,200 per customer. That's what's worth the value of Netflix customer base. So Netflix, I did a story on this talking about how many customers they're losing over Cuties. And this is not a final number. It could be a little higher. It could be a little lower. It could be much higher. But this forecaster, this is coming from Hollywood Reporter, this financial guy is forecasting that Netflix is going to lose 2 million subscribers in the U.S. and Canada, compared with his previous estimate of a 500,000 gain. So that's a 2.5 million net loss of what they should have had. So 2.5 million times this other expert investor at $1,200 per customer comes to $3 billion. Now, Netflix is a big company. $3 billion loss of, it's not cash lost, it's market value. So it's the depreciation in the value of the overall business. So if they had another million subscribers, it'd be worth $1 million times $1,200, $1.2 billion. And that's where the number comes from, is you lose 2.5 million subscribers, you're giving up $3 billion of enterprise value for this garbage, to make this stupid movie. Why would they do a thing like that? I don't have the exact answer. But if you look at normally what happens when a business makes business decisions that have absolutely no sensible reason for happening, like AT&T has got financial problems. AT&T has to sell their DirecTV unit like as quick as they can because they've lost at least $50 billion on a $67 billion purchase of DirecTV. So they're going to sell that as quick as they can. Maybe they get $15 billion, maybe they get $16 billion for what they paid $67 billion for just 6 years ago. And the reason they're being forced to sell it is because someone on their board of directors is like, hey, Elliott Management, they're an investor. They're pushing Warner Media, they're pushing AT&T to kind of get their act together because they're just doing stupid stuff and burning money. But there's no one on the board of directors for Netflix that is stepping up saying, hey, wait a minute. If people in the United States do not like this film. Canada as well. Canada doesn't like it either. If they're not cool with it, stop showing it in the United States and Canada. We don't need to lose $3 billion or more in value of the company just for this SJW agenda of promoting what the Cuties promotes. There's no one on the board doing that. We have a former president on the board and his wife. They're cool with this, apparently, and they don't even mind being associated with it, apparently. They haven't spoken out against it. So it's not like it's a political thing, but it's like beware. The SJWs should be mocked roundly, but beware of them because they're doing stuff that makes no financial sense. This is not helping, oppressed people. This is not helping. This doesn't play in with any other social movements or social groups. This is just inexplicable business that means that the business is not relevant. There's another agenda. I don't know what the heck it is. It doesn't make sense. I can't tell you. Because this guy, Dan Loeb, he's not involved with Netflix at all. He's talking about Disney Plus. His deal is he's saying, hey guys, Disney, listen, you should, instead of, Disney pays out $3 billion. It's funny, is that number again, $3 billion a year. Disney pays out $3 billion a year in dividends. And dividends are just like if you own the company's stock, they give you a little cash as a part owner, a little part of the profits every year. That's what dividends are. And Disney typically pays out $3 billion a year in dividends. Dan Loeb is saying, hey, keep your $3 billion, invest in more content for Disney Plus. Let's build up Disney Plus as a real competitor to Netflix. That's sensible. That's businessy. That's totally cool. No problems there. This is a problem. This is weird. This is not good. This is not good. This does not make sense. So I don't have an explanation as to why Netflix would choose to support this project. It's not like the project is so interesting and so well done, or that creators are flocking to them because it's a place of creative freedom or something. It's not. It doesn't make a positive statement about the company, except that they're open for business with regards to whatever their global agenda is. It's very creepy. The what is Ted Sardonis' title? The Netflix co-CEO. Okay, that's an important title. Has brushed off a Texas grand jury indictment of Cuties. And he says, frankly, I'm surprised there hasn't been more discussion about the First Amendment implications of this film. It's a film I would argue is very misunderstood with some audiences, uniquely in the United States. Yeah, it's misunderstood. You're the one promoting it. If you're promoting the content, it's your responsibility to have your content be understood. Explain it. If you think it's important creatively, do it more so than just whatever this is, some stupid Zoom call. Some MIPCOM keynote address from a virtual meeting. It's just some trade industry conversation. Unbelievable. And then he goes on to say, responding to the controversy around the movie, defended it as an order coming of age film. Okay. This is not what you're supposed to... Even they say it's inappropriate to do what they're doing at their age, the characters. Quote, it's the director's story, and the film has obviously played very well in Sundance without any this kind of controversy. It's played in theaters throughout Europe without any this kind of controversy. Well, Europe is a different culture, for one thing. Now, with respect to it playing well at Sundance, there you go. Sundance is not necessarily a paragon of what's socially appropriate in the United States. It never has been, never will be. It's just within their little insular group of weirdos, honestly. They have these movies that they like and they enjoy, and good for them. But that's not an excuse. That's not a defense. And then he says, I think it's a little surprising in 2020 in America we're having a discussion about censoring storytelling. No respect. No respect for the community that he operates in. None. No appreciation for it. No conversation about it. No, hey, look, this is not what we intended. Please look at it from our point of view. No respect for the opposition. Just who do you think you are telling us what we can do? We're Netflix. Well, there is a government, and it does protect people. That's what it's supposed to be doing. So tell me what you think in the comments below. I don't want to do a lot more videos based on this. There's something about this that I find to be really disturbing. I don't want to be around this content, but I don't see anyone else who picked up this story that, 2.5 million subscribers are actually worth $3 billion. $3 billion is Disney's dividend every year. $3 billion is just $1 billion shy of what Disney paid for Star Wars. What Disney paid for Marvel, $4.1 billion. So this is that significant to them? It is for whatever their agenda is. It's not for business purposes. This would be like literally just going and saying, okay, we're going to buy Star Wars. We are going to ruin Star Wars. We know we're doing it. We're doing it up front. Did Disney do that intentionally? I don't think so. I don't think they did. I think they're sort of trying to fix it. I mean, they still have like stupid agenda tied up with that. But this is just like, listen, we're going to attack your culture. We figure it's going to cost us $3 billion to do, but we're going to keep pushing these ideas out there. And then we're going to say they're absolutely normal because people at Sundance think that they're cool, right? I mean, it just gets weirder and weirder, these freaking SJW people. Well, tell me what you think in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel and click the bell for notifications. That's a huge way to support me. I appreciate that. And that way you get all the videos. And also you can check out The Mermaids, epicmermaids.com. This is my new series coming out very soon. It's an ongoing series. It's like Game of Thrones with mermaids. It's very cool. I think you're going to like it. All right, I'll see you again soon with another video. And if I don't see you, I will miss you.